Hello, welcome to My Story with CareCredit, where real CareCredit cardholders share their stories of life-changing healthcare. CareCredit's a leading national healthcare credit card that can enable you to get many of the procedures and treatments you want or need now and pay over time with promotional financing on purchases of $200 or more. CareCredit is accepted at hundreds of thousands of locations nationwide to pay for care for you, your family, and your pets. I'm your host, Amy Freena. Today we speak with Josh, a cat lover who says he was able to spend a little more time with his senior cat thanks to CareCredit. Here's his story.
Hi, I'm Josh. I've been a CareCredit cardholder for 6 years, and this is my story. We got Sunny as a family cat maybe 20 years ago at this point. We noticed that she wasn't eating as much and wasn't drinking as much, and so we thought it was time to take her to the vet, and we got some bad news that her kidneys weren't doing so great, as what happens with a lot of older cats. I had just started a new job, so I didn't have the spare cash to help her out. The nurse who had come in to tell us what was going on suggested that I look into CareCredit. And so that opened the door to make her happier and a bit more to her old sunny self. And instead of asking, how are we going to do this? It was, what more can we do? We got her the treatment that she needed, and we were able to spend some more time with her that we wouldn't have been able to otherwise. Thank you, CareCredit, for giving us more options and giving us more time with Sunny.
How you doing today, Josh?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, when did you first hear about the CareCredit credit card?
I first heard about the CareCredit credit card when I was faced with a tough decision. One of my cats was very sick, and the cost of the treatment was more than I was able to handle at the time.
Gosh.
And I was with my mother, and we were just trying to figure out what we were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the nurses at the vet suggested that I try applying for the CareCredit credit card, and I hadn't heard about it before. I'd seen the pamphlet up at the front, but I wasn't sure what it was.
Okay.
And she brought me the pamphlet, and I applied for the CareCredit credit card, and it took me 2 or 3 minutes.
Wow.
And they came back, and I was already approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so let's back up. What's the name of the fur baby?
Sunny.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take Sunny to the vet.
Right.
Okay.
As always, the costs
Right.
kind of jump out at you unexpectedly, and
Yep.
caught us by surprise, bit off guard, and we couldn't afford it at the time. And
Right.
we were just in a really rough spot because we wanted to, keep her as comfortable as we could and
Of course.
spend as much time with her as we could, but it was just so expensive.
Right. Okay, so you got approved, as you said, very quickly in office for the CareCredit credit card. Did you move forward with treatment that day?
Yeah. My mom and I were preparing to have, a few days delay in whatever processing time or something,
Wow.
but it was 5 or 10 minutes. And immediately I was told I could just say yes to the treatment, and they could start it right then and there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So obviously the promotional financing that they offered you helped you breathe a huge sigh of relief that day.
Definitely.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I had just started a new job at the time.
Okay, so just add that to the plate.
Of course. Yeah.
No big deal.
Right. And so, finances were still kind of up in the air for a little bit. And so, having the option of being approved instantly and knowing that it wasn't going to cost me an arm and a leg in the future, that, it was one less major thing to worry about, and I could just focus on making sure Sunny was okay.
So have you referred, other than your mom, anyone else in your family, friends, relatives, to the CareCredit credit card?
I definitely have. I've referred my brother. He has a cat also, and of course, vet bills as always.
Always.
And most of my friends also have dogs or cats. And my supervisor, I talked to not too long after that, and I told her how the CareCredit credit card helped me out. And she said that, anytime a big unexpected expense like that comes up, that she would definitely look into it. Just knowing that it's there as a backup for you is really relieving.
So if you could write a review on your entire experience with the CareCredit credit card, what would you say?
I would say that it was a great relief in a time of great stress, and that the whole process from start to finish was just very easy, and it simplified everything. Like you hear applying for credit cards or applying for anything, you think it's going to be complicated.
Yep.
But no, it was 1, 2, 3, super easy, and it gave my mom and I a lot of comfort and peace of mind, and it made my cat feel better as long as we could, and we spent more time with her. And it was really kind of a blessing that we weren't expecting at the last minute. So
Right. Awesome. Thank you for sharing your story.
thank you.
Thanks for joining us on My Story with CareCredit. If you're interested in applying for the CareCredit credit card or want to find a provider in your area who accepts CareCredit, visit us at carecredit.com.